As of November 28th, more than 52.4 million birds across the United States have died of avian influenza, according to the Center for Disease and Prevention. This outbreak is the deadliest in history, surpassing the 2015 outbreak that killed 50.5 million birds. Avian flu is a disease of birds, which occurs when they are infected with avian influenza type A viruses. Domestic poultry, as well as other bird and animal species, can be infected and spread the disease. Avian flu viruses do not usually infect people, but there have been rare cases. Symptoms in adults can range from mild to severe and sometimes result in death, according to the CDC.
From poultry on farms to flocks in the wild, global bird populations are being ravaged this year by a deadly strain of avian influenza. Across Canada, the virus has hit an estimated 5 million birds, with the highest levels of infection in Alberta and BC.
When it goes into a barn, within 4 days, we can see total mortality of all the animals within the barn.
The disease has struck more than 260 Canadian farms and production facilities, far more than any other year over the last decade.
I would describe the scope as explosive and sort of all-encompassing. I mean, it really is a huge problem globally and here in Canada.
So what changed in 2022? Scientists speculate this virus is starting to impact more species and gaining a new foothold in North and South America.
We've seen much more detections and widespread death in these very charismatic wild bird species. So, that's problematic for a conservation standpoint.
Humans also occasionally catch bird flu. BC health officials are even asking doctors to watch out for possible cases.
And this is for
That transmission is a concern for researchers like Dr. Cheyenne Sharif. He warns this virus may eventually evolve to better infect us, even spreading from person to person and potentially sparking a future pandemic.
This is the sort of worst-case scenario that we do not want to happen.
Hey, girls.
But there's no sign this strain is heading in that direction, at least not yet.
Fortunately, this virus has not had the opportunity to mutate itself and create the variants or subvariants that have that sort of capacity and potential for transmission to humans.
One tool that would keep bird flu at bay is a vaccine. Researchers are working to develop shots that could protect both birds and humans, but for now, there's nothing available in Canada.
The CDC announcing the first human case of bird flu in the United States. What does that mean?
Well, we've been tracking this for a while because there is a huge H5N1 bird influenza outbreak worldwide. We've been talking about it here in the U.S. The CDC just out with what looks like the first U.S. human case. This is a worker at a commercial poultry farm in Colorado. This person had direct exposure to poultry and was involved in culling birds that were infected with H5N1. Person is isolating, doing well, has been given Tamiflu as an antiviral. It is possible, we should say, that the detection of this flu strain could have been the result of surface contamination, but given this person's exposure and symptoms, where the CDC is considering it a true case. And I want to emphasize, as per the CDC, they are considering the risk to the general population at this point to be, quote, low, and you cannot get this strain of bird flu from eating poultry.
Okay, that was a very important note there, but it's important to keep an eye on it as well.
100%.
Dr. Ashton, we do appreciate you as always.